Latham, Chrissy Latham. I'd like to have a talk to her. I've just been reading her file. Sounds like she's got one or two problems.
Oh, yeah, you can say that again. I'll get her for you if you like.
Yeah, fine.
Right, well, I suppose I better get on with it, eh?
Oh, look at that. They've nearly finished.
Well, you better hurry up then.
That's 2 meals in a row you've made me late for.
Stop whinging and get on with it.
I've lost my appetite anyway.
You're not going on a hunger strike, are you?
Might as well.
All right, come on, get it up your chest. What happened?
I put me big foot in me mouth, that's all.
What are you talking about?
I had the chance to get out for the day and I buggered it.
You what?
Oh, you don't know the bloke.
Oh, I don't know what you're on about.
Ralph Campbell, that's what.
Lizzie, who is Ralph Campbell?
The lowest, filthiest, stinkingest... Oh, forget it.
Come in.
Chrissy Latham.
Oh, come in, Chrissy. Sit down.
Send for an officer to escort her back when you're through.
Yes, fine. Well, Chrissy, I'm Paul Reed.
Good day.
I understand from your file that you've been moved about from one block to another in the last few days.
Yeah.
Any particular reason for that?
Nah, of course not. Oh, only that I really like to work. And there's nothing to do in that maternity wing, you know. So I like it in the laundry.
And, of course, the laundry pays more, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, see, I am pregnant.
Yes.
Yeah, well, you can't look after a kid without money, can you? And working in the laundry, I can get more parole, see? So when I get out, I'm going to need the money and stuff.
According to your file, you originally requested an abortion.
Yeah.
And why'd you change your mind?
Oh, I don't know, really. Well, first off, I thought it'd be easiest, you know, get rid of it. But then oh, I don't know. Well, I thought maybe with a baby, well, I could start again. You know what I mean?
Yes, I know what you mean.
He just seems a bit standoffish, that's all.
Well, it is only his first day.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll settle in all right. I just hope that he's a bit more efficient than Jean Vernon was. I mean, theory's all very well, but...
He seems to have had quite a bit of field experience.
Really? Where?
Mainly with young offenders.
We could hardly call our lot young offenders. Has had any experience with adults?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, well, better keep our fingers crossed then.
Don't be so pessimistic.
No, it's just that this lot will tear him to shreds if he allows himself to be taken in.
Oh, Mr. Reed, how did you get on with Chrissy Latham?
Fine, no problems. Matter of fact, that's why I'm here. I want to have her transferred back to the laundry. Oh, it's all right. I'm well aware of her record, but I think it's important.
Well, she's still causing a lot of trouble among the women.
According to what she's told me, her attitude has changed with her pregnancy.
But I have very serious misgivings about her. She's an habitual liar, and you can't believe a word she tells you.
But that's really beside the point. Regardless of her motives, she'd be much better off with something constructive to do rather than sitting around with nothing to do. We can't expect these people to rehabilitate themselves now, can we? They need encouragement. So the question is, what are we running here? A progressive institution or a mid-Victorian punishment factory?
All right. You have my permission.
Thank you. Oh, back to the treadmill.
Well, there is that old adage about a new broom.
Yes, there's also one about an ill wind.
Would you excuse us, please? Chin up. Herbie stuck to his statement. We're going to be all right.
How about David?
He's taking it well. I think he'll be happy as long as you're released.
garden work today. I always thought politicians were the only ones who thought you could run a factory without work. Well, what the bloody hell?
Bea, guess what?
This better be good.
Well, there's a new social worker.
Is there? What's she like?
He's rather nice.
Oh, he. It's a him.
His name's Paul. He's just about the softest touch you ever want to meet.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's the reason I'm back in the laundry.
You don't say.
He'd fall for anything, I tell you.
Well, if you feel for your story, he must be a goose. Are you sure you just talked?
What do you mean?
Are you sure you didn't,
Oh, Lizzie, I'm an expectant mother.
Do tell.
Besides, he don't need no persuading. He's a real pushover. I reckon if we play our cards right, we'll have him in our pockets in no time.
Sounds great. Sounds bloody uncomfortable to me.
And how are you settling in?
Oh, fine. I was up all night reading the files.
Who do you want to see next?
Elizabeth Birdsworth seems like an interesting case.
Yes, very interesting.
Coming up for parole very shortly. 20 years is a hell of a long time.
Yes, I know.
I just meant that she might find some difficulty adjusting, so I thought I'd talk to her.
Well, yes, that's a very good idea. Just be careful you're not rushing things too much. Well, some of these women have been here a very long time, and they've become, I suppose wily is the best word. Some of them are quite capable of tricking a shirt off a con man's back.
And you think that I'll be conned, huh?
Well, there's always a possibility.
By Elizabeth Birdsworth?
Oh, I wouldn't go so far as that. Lizzie will be into just about anything, but fortunately, most of the time, she's painfully obvious.
Yes, and pretty harmless, provided one keeps her away from the bottle of booze.
You have been doing your homework, haven't you?
Ah, good morning.
Meg, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks. Are you all right?
Yes, why?
Well, I thought you might be ill. It's a little bit early in the day to be signing off,
No,
isn't it?
I'm due in court.
Ah, David O'Connell's trial.
Yes, I have to give evidence at the preliminary hearing.
How's Karen?
Oh, she's coming along fine. Of course, the news that her parole officer has approved the move to Queensland helped tremendously.
Oh, that's good.
All right, well, I better be getting along. I'll see you later.
Dr. Miller.
Yes?
Phone call for you.
Oh, right. Dr. Miller.
Hello, Greg. This is James Herbert speaking. Now, what I'm ringing you about is I have a little proposition I'd like to discuss with you.
Well, I'm in a bit of a hurry at the moment. Could we discuss it later? Right. Well, your club sounds fine. Yes, I'll be there as soon as I can. Yes, goodbye.
I've always said Mrs. Davidson was a real little beauty. I knew she'd come through. But she has proved it, hasn't she, Miss Bennett? And she's given the okay for me to go and
Be
see me on
quiet. This is Birdsworth.
Sit down, Lizzie.
that.
You'll have to call an officer to take her back to the laundry.
Thank you, Miss Bennett. I'm familiar with the rules.
That is what this is about, isn't it, Doc? Me visit.
I'm not a doctor, Lizzie.
Oh, well...
And this has nothing to do with your visiting anybody.
Oh, well, do you think you could have a word to the governor? I mean, it's very important.
I'm sorry,
Ralph
Lizzie.
Campbell's one of my oldest friends.
I'm in no position to interfere with the governor's administration.
Oh, come on, don't be bashful.
I'm not being bashful.
Course you are. Crikey, you got Chrissy Latham back into the laundry, didn't you?
Lizzie, I didn't bring you here to talk about Chrissy Latham. You're here to talk about your parole.
Me parole.
That's right.
Oh, have a heart, Doc. I don't want to get out forever. I just want one teeny-weeny little day, that's all.
Sorry, I can't help you with that.
Bloody marvellous. That's just what we need. A social worker who won't work. Now, that Miss Vernon, she was a real nice type.
Was she?
Yeah, she was a real lady. She was the sort to give you the odd bicky or even the odd fag. The moment I walked in this room, I said to myself, now that's a nice young fella. Do you mind if I have a couple for later? You wouldn't have a light, would you? Now, what do you want to know, Doc?